Hi Libra, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for May 2016. This month I laid out the 5-card Rainbow Tarot spread for you using the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck. Please remember, these are general readings, and to get a reading with details pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This is a general reading for Libra Sun, Libra Ascendant, and Libra Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months they will definitely resonate more for you than your sun sign will. If you would like to get a continuation of this reading, Libra, where I look into my crystal for you and get messages from my spirit guides, please click on the link below in the Show More section. It will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for May 2016 crystal reading for each sign of the zodiac for download and purchase. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, and clicking on the videos tab on my menu and going to page 5. And there you will see the heading May 2016 crystal reading for each sign of the zodiac. You just click on your sign and it will take you to that Vimeo video. I want to thank you so much for all of your purchases of all of the videos and your very kind comments and emails saying how they've been accurate for you and that you've been happy with them and they've been helpful. I appreciate that so much. I'm very grateful for that. So thank you so much for that. All that being said, now Libra, on to your May 2016 reading. The first card that you have that shows up here today is the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles to me is a card that symbolizes this is God giving you the financial abundance and financial stability, financial gains, and financial rewards. I see you really dreaming about things you can do with money. Maybe stylizing or changing your home, or possibly buying a home in some other country even, or some other state, or having a vacation home. I'm seeing you focusing on paying attention to where money is coming and going, but I really see it more in a sense of like, what are you going to do with it? Like wanting to invest it in something, investing it in property possibly. I also see some of you, I feel your thought processes are changing about money in May. Learning how to do any new craft or trade could be very handy for you, they're saying. I see you, Libra, as really wanting everything to be bigger, better, and grander. So I really feel some of you wanting to, and this is involving using your money or your money itself getting bigger, more evolved, and grander. But I also see you really wanting to do something with it in particular, like developing something. To me, it seems more like property related, but it could be anything. It could be so many things you could be building up or renovating or developing. But I see that as your focus in regard to your money in May. I see you coming to some kind of conclusions in May, and I feel that you're taking some things and selling them. This could be property, it could be automobiles, it could be jewelry, it could be furniture or anything you have of value, artwork that's maybe of value. I see you thinking of making some decisions to sell some of that. Maybe you're going to take that money and do something with it, because I really feel you very goal-oriented and directed about money, about how you're spending it, and also what you want to spend it on, and things you want to sell and do with money once you have it, after you sell some of these things. It's a whole conglomeration to do with money and your possessions and selling them and acquiring new and grander versions. I feel if you haven't felt like you've had controls on money, I see you getting the reins on money or gaining some kind of controls to do with money. Maybe you weren't allowed to, maybe your spouse or your significant other or your situation, you were not the one dealing with or in charge of the money, and maybe now you're going to be. For some of you, that also comes up. So the next card you have here in your reading for May 2016 is the Queen of Rods. And the Queen of Rods to me is a fire sign female. This would either be a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. Or they could just have the personality traits of the Queen of Rods. And don't be thrown if the messages don't make sense to you that it's female. It's a general reading. Men can also come up as queens. You may have some kind of consternation or arguing going back and forth with this Queen of Rods. This could be a sibling to you or a coworker, could even be a friend or a mother. I feel like it is more female than I do male, to be honest with you. So I'm going to say here, even though I do say it's not gender specific, this does feel female. I feel they're challenging you in some way. They may be trying to stimulate growth potential here. So if you work for her, she could be a boss, and so she might be trying to get you to do certain things involving your job that are going to stimulate more income or growth. But she could also be, I don't know, she's coming up in some unusual ways for you. They may be issuing deployment of some sort. I don't usually hear those words. So maybe this person is getting you to go off and do something, because deployment to me could be literally military deployment, but it could also be deploying you to go take some kind of action steps or head on a path to get something going or something to happen. So she feels like somebody that's got authority to me for you, like a boss, a sergeant, a general, a boss, or even if they're not an official boss, they certainly like to act like they're the boss or take the position of being the boss, comes up around this Queen of Rods for you. They don't want to take no for an answer. I feel that they're very authoritative and commanding in their voice and or their presence around you. I don't know that you overly feel really overboard great about this person. I'm not feeling like they're your enemy, really, but I'm not feeling like you have real warm, fuzzy feelings of love or admiration. I don't know, maybe admiration, maybe. I feel like you got some respect for this person, but I feel like they're dictatorial to you or challenging to you, and they may be trying to push you to see something through to some kind of conclusion too, like pushing something or pushing you to see something through, Libra. So you just have to listen to that again. That was a little bit of a confusing one for me. So the next card you have here, which is crowning your reading, is the Hermit. And the Hermit is a card to me that symbolizes spiritual blessings, spiritual guidance, spiritual protection. It's really mainly a card of being spiritually shown the way to go. Showing the path, showing the light. This is also could symbolize you being the Hermit, where you would be taking a step back from a circumstance or situation and getting the lay of the land before you proceed forward. But either way, you're being spiritually protected and guided here. I hear there's a little bit of a reality check coming in here and a bit of clearing the decks. They're telling me you need to not spend too much idle time with wishy-washy thinking. That's an interesting statement. I feel that sometimes you're going around and around in your mind, generating some, like, too much thinking, ruminating, going round and round and round. And I feel that that isn't helping you. They're saying you may find yourself thinking about becoming more sensitive to others' needs and not thinking so much of your own. So you may spend a lot of time worried about your own situation or worrying too much in general. And I feel like they're trying to get you to start, like, I'm not saying you don't worry about other people. That's not what they're meaning. But if you become more empathetic to other people's situations and maybe getting involved in that, that's going to be less worrying about some circumstances you worry about your own self and your own life that isn't helping you or getting you any positive results, that worrying. I do feel some of you Libras have been going through a phase where you've been accumulating a lot of things. And what you're accumulating, because I'm seeing it in a pile in front of you. So maybe you collect something. Maybe you're a collector of something. Or you just collect a lot of different things. I'm seeing you accumulate a big pile of things in front of you, and I feel like you need to disperse some of it, or you're going to start to disperse some of it, or, thinking about doing it or starting to do it is coming up here. Because I feel the message one of the guides here wants to say to you is you need to start to think about traveling lightly, having more, the ability to travel light is coming up as necessary for you to start thinking about here, Libra. It's coming up through the Hermit. So that's what the Hermit really wanted to illuminate for you. That's kind of interesting. You have to think on that. For some reason, they're seeing it as important. The next card you have here in the reading for May is the Empress. And the Empress is a card to me that symbolizes a mother figure from the other side, watching you, guiding you, protecting you. This can also, can be a grandmother, great-grandmother, stepmother, mother, someone that was like a mother figure to you that's passed away. But it can also be something now, which could be the birth of a child, the birth of a project, the birth of a plan, birth of a new idea, could be anything like that. This Empress has shown up several times in these readings for this month of May. I feel some kind of endings are necessary. They're saying locking things down, closing the doors, shutting the vaults on things. So I feel that you have some, maybe you own and operate some kind of plant, and the plant needs to get shut down, or a business that has been running that you need to close because of just time to close the business for whatever the reason. You could be shutting it down. It's not really coming up so much to me as relationships, but it could be. Maybe there's some relationships in your life you actually need to think about shutting down, because locking things down and shutting things down is coming up through this Empress card for you, Libra. I also feel you may feel a little bit overwhelmed with burdens and responsibilities. And I'm also getting the message again about traveling light. So they would like to see, the guides would like to see you lighten your burdens and responsibilities in May also. Maybe you're becoming not only too overwhelmed or too overburdened with things you've collected, but this sounds like responsibilities and emotional burdens that you're carrying too much of in May. I feel that organizational details are a must for you to start focusing on in May. So I do feel you really need to start putting some things in order. Wills, paperwork, financial papers, documents, your stuff. And it doesn't mean something bad's going to happen. It just means some things maybe that you haven't really finalized, or you have loose ends floating out there. This month they seem to want you to focus on lightening your burdens of all kinds and getting organized. I feel some of you need to start laying the groundwork and paving the way for something new to happen in your family. Could be you need to instruct your children. You need to instruct your grandchildren. You may need to pave some way for some new, maybe there's going to be births in your family, or new loved ones entering the picture through marriage, or people getting married in your family. You have to pave the way, they're saying, and I feel that some of you may write a book. You may write a book or some stories that are paving the way, and maybe you're not going to publish them. Maybe they're just stories for your family, or it's like trying to pave the way for your family comes up strongly here, for your family connections, your lineage of people that are coming in new into your family as well. So the last card you have in this reading, Libra, for May 2016 is the Three of Pentacles. And that to me symbolizes expanding your craft, expanding your skills, expanding your skill set and knowledge and talents and abilities. You could be expanding your business. Maybe you own a business and you're opening up another branch or division or store of your business. It can also mean that. I feel that some of you Libras have to get out there more into the public and into public arenas and situations. And I see some of you putting together some kind of classes or lectures or seminars that you will be imparting to others. Like it could be through your church or civic groups and organizations. It could be at preschools or teaching some things in schools with the young people, like elementary school age people. But it can also be, like I said, lectures, lecture series, tours, gatherings, seminars, making presentations. I do see a lot of that circling around many of you Libras for May. I feel the most realistic approaches you can use in the month of May are the best for you. I'm not saying fantasy and like more unique and original oriented things can't go on for you Libras ever, but for some reason realistic approach is necessary, beneficial, and helpful to you in whatever endeavors you have or whatever you're working on in May for some reason. This could be because of planetary influences. We are in Mercury in retrograde in May, and also Mars is in retrograde, and I'm not an astrologer. I just follow it here and there and try to keep up on it. I believe there's other planets retrograde as well, or soon to be. So I feel that it's influencing some of the things going on in your life where you need to take a real brass tacks, realistic approach to some things, no matter what you're doing. Even if you're teaching or educating others and getting out into the public and making presentations, it's got to be realistic and grounded. And maybe you're making videos for YouTube. Maybe you're even teaching or educating or making presentations for the public on YouTube. But the guides are encouraging you to do that, to get out more and to get out in public more and make these presentations and get involved in that. But no matter, in all areas of your life, they seem to want you to be focusing on things in a realistic approach. And they want to say in regard to love here, if you are out there in the dating scene, beware of those bearing false promises to you. Or like, I feel that you're going to be hearing some, like maybe somebody's going to be feeding you some kind of line. So I would be careful of that kind of energy, because I feel that. But that to me doesn't feel like somebody you're connected to. That feels like coming in, like if you're on the dating scene or, you know, the single scene, or you're like communicating with people, maybe through a dating site or social media, or out there like going out dating and things like that. I feel like you got to be careful of like somebody feeding you some kind of lines there that you can't really. I don't feel like you're going to be fooled by it anyway, but I just know that's buzzing around it. that scenario. So I hope this reading was of help to you. I certainly hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please be sure to subscribe. That way you will get notified when I post my monthly Psychic Tarot readings and my mid-month Psychic Tarot updates and any other videos I may decide to post here on YouTube. I'd also like to add, if you are interested in getting a continuation of this reading, Libra, where I look into my crystal for you and give you messages from my spirit guides, please be sure to click on the link below in the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for May 2016 crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac for download and purchase. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, clicking on the videos tab on my menu and going to page 5, and there you will see the heading for May 2016 crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. You just click on your sign and it will take you to that Vimeo video. I want to thank you again so much for all of your purchases and your extremely kind comments and encouraging words that these videos are helpful to you and are resonating with you and making sense for you. I do truly appreciate that. I hope you have a great rest of your month of May, Libra, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.